Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here to show you how I am going to join one of these pieces to this mosaic tile Afghan. I don't know if this is going to be an Afghan. I think I might have enough pieces for it, a mini Afghan anyway. And I just want to explain the process. Now, I have shown you a few shapes, like a triangle, a couple of other things. It's not important that you know exact shapes because like this, I call these my pieces that look like states. Oh, this is the right side. I have a lot of just weird, well, we'll see them as we go, weird shapes. Here's one, stuff like that. And I just have fun with it. And I somehow make these things fit. Now look, oh my God. This is not planned. What the hell? Look. There. I think we might have to put this one on, right? Oh my goodness. No, I'm really blown away that I made something that absolutely fits there. But the thing is it doesn't have to fit. Let's take a different shape. Let's see. Let's take a yellow triangle, for instance. Let's say that you're down to the nitty-gritty and this is the only piece you have. And yes, you could do it this way, but let's say for whatever reason it needs to be this way and you have all that space. We fill that in with grout. So I'm going to just be showing you stuff as I go because I need to start putting all this together. I don't usually put anything together until I, have a whole bunch of pieces like this. I mean, there's a lot of pieces here. I don't know, but there's a lot. I haven't counted. The reason I put these two together is because I just wanted to see if I'd like the gray. I picked something lighter just so you could probably see it better. Now, I could have picked even lighter, but I wanted kind of a darkish grout. I do not do my borders around these pieces until I know where they're going because like I said, I might have to fill in some spaces. So if I have the gray border around this, like just all single crochet all the way around, then when I join, I have to do some funky stuff and I'd rather do the funky stuff while I'm joining. But you can do it any way you want. If you want to put a single crochet row around this like I do in the scrappy quilts, you can. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. These are my scrappy, did I say quilt before? Afghan. These are my scrappy Afghan pieces. They are squares or rectangles and they're all different stitches. The tiles are all single crochet and they're all different shapes. So I'm using a light yarn to join these, but I didn't go all the way around them either with the white first. And I could have, it's actually an off-white, cream I think it's called. I could just take all of these and do a single crochet row all the way around and then join them. But I like to have the fun of joining without a gazillion ends. Now these 4 pieces, you can see it's not joined there. Later when I join something here, it's like a partial seam in sewing. Then maybe I can, do the join the whole length. But for these pieces, I did the border around all 4 of them and joined as I go. So at this point, I'm only going to have 1 knot, but you can see I didn't cut my yarn. I'm just going to keep going as much as I can. And then when there's spaces that need to be filled, I'll just join those later. But this way I don't have very many knots and ends, and it's just fun. It's just fun for me. But if you want to make it easier, you just take all your squares and rectangles and you put your single crochet border around, especially easy if you've done the slip stitch edging. And then you just join as you wish. Now, I'm going to send you to both playlists, the Scrappy Afghan playlist, and you'll find ways to do this stuff, and then, of course, my Mosaic playlist where I'm doing all this stuff. So, and yes, you'll hear me say quilt because I'm so used to talking quilts, you know, scrappy quilt, scrappy Afghan. I'm going to, should we do this one? I didn't want to do something, maybe I can save that for later. I didn't want to do something, oops, I'm not even showing you. I didn't want to do something that long for tonight. So, but I have to remember this and put that there, right? Right. I don't know. Let's go ahead and join this. Let me set up. I just edited a little bit, and I'm telling you, I had no clue that this was going to be happening. Now, if someone would have told me to make a piece like this, I could have never done it. This is going to be a very easy join. So you're not going to see me do things that I need to do if there's something that isn't going to join as good as, you know, like something like this where we have to fill in that gap. We're not going to have a gap. Maybe it was just meant for us to start out easy. So what I'm going to do, when you have two pieces that you know are going to connect, now that doesn't mean it has to connect here and all that. We can deal with that later. I'm just going to go around this whole piece with single crochet, and I'm going to start up here because when I'm done, I'm going to put these two pieces together, probably this way, and then I'm going to do the join without cutting my yarn. I like to do everything I can without having to cut the yarn. So I'm going to start here in this corner, and I'm going to do like 2 single crochets there, and then I'm going to go around. I'll probably do 3 in a corner there. You can do whatever feels right for you. And then I'm just going to do a bunch, and I do just in the back loop of the slip stitch. Now, if you need to see how to do this slip stitch, go to my Scrappy Afghan series. It might be part 3. There's a video there for slip stitch edging. Go watch that. And I think I have it in my 12 blocks, 12 crochet block of the month, something like that. There's a series for that too. I can put that in the description of this video also. You just have to go look at the titles of some of my previous because I'm not going to show those steps every time. Okay, so let me just get started here and I'll show you what I'm doing. I guess I'll show you this. When I'm working in a corner, you know, that's just one strand of yarn. I'm going to be putting a couple crochets, single crochets in there. So what I like to do is I like to put my hook in, but I go pick up another bump in the back somewhere. Right there, there's a bump. Bump in the back. Well, let's just go to this one. It just gives it more strength, and it doesn't matter that you did that. And then I just chain 1, and then I do my single crochet, and that's enough for that corner, like that. And then I go in the back loop of the slip stitches. Oh, and I'm not doing a slip. I'm doing single crochets all the way around. I have to remember that. And this one's a little bit hidden. That's all right. Crochet, single crochet. And when I get to corners, it's hiding up here. You know, I'm okay with just doing, I'll do 2 single crochets in that corner, and I determined that was the corner. You could have made this the corner. Doesn't matter. Just do whatever you feel like doing. Okay, so let me do all this. Put 3 in that corner, and all this, and I'll put 3 here, and then I'm going to come up. I might do a decrease down here somewhere. I'll show you when I get there. All right, I'm getting to this point. And this is quite pointy, so I might do 3, oops, see that's going to make a big space, so I'm going to go here, but I'm going to go pick up a bump in the back, like that. Now I actually picked up the bump of this stitch. I'm still going to use this stitch, even though it's part of this. Again, there's no right or wrong. 1, 2, yeah, I'll do 1 more, 3, so I'm going to do 3 there. And then I'm going to do this, and then there's a part here that, you know, is like a little bit bent there, and I'm going to decrease there to make it a little bit more bent. I'll do my decrease right here. So I'm just going to go in, pull through, in, pull through, and do my single crochet decrease. And now I'm just going to continue until I get up here. What I'll do is just single crochet. I'll probably do 2 there, and then just single crochet till I get back there. And I like to show my nice clean join. I'm going to put my hook in that first space where we did like a chain and a single crochet. Okay? I'm going to pull through with my regular yarn, but now I'm going to pull through with this cut piece, our little tail that we have there. Okay? And then I'm going to, do I just pull through at this point? I think I do. Now I just pull through. I have a hard time remembering what I do. I do so many different things. Oh yeah, so I pulled this through. Now I'm going to this V, and I'm sticking my hook this way. I know I showed this too somewhere. And I pull that through the back, and then I go back to this V where we just had that piece coming out of, right here. I put my hook just under the back one now, but still toward me, and then I pull this to the back. And look at that join. See how beautiful that is? And then I turn around, and I'm just going to tuck it under something to get it out of my way. I'm going to tuck it under this guy, and let's tuck it under this guy too, right here. Bring it down like that. And if I don't want it in my way, sometimes I'll even just like hook and pull it through for a little bit like that, just to keep it out of my way. I do not tuck in ends that are in the center until they've been joined. See, like, I shouldn't say the center. If they're on an edge, they don't get tucked in right away, because when I join, I can use this to fill in holes and things like that. So that's just the way I like to do things. Again, you can do everything your own way. So now we have our yarn up here, and we want to work with the working yarn, and we're going to join. Now, one thing I have to warn you about, you can join something and think it's going to be perfect, and when you open it, it might be like this, but filled, you know, it's funny, it'll point in a different direction than you expected, but we can keep checking it. Now, I've never seen anything so perfect. Here, like I said, or maybe I didn't say, I could put something pointed there. But remember, it's not going to go just like this, because this also has to have single crochet around it. So it would be probably more like that. It's just so fun. Or later, if I want, I can just fill this with gray. But I don't want to do that at this point. So now my yarn is on this piece, and I'm going to crochet that way. Like if I look like this, I'm not crocheting left to right. I crochet right to left. So I'm going to flip this over, but first I'm going to determine my working yarn is there. So I'm going to like be connecting this guy, and you can put a marker if you want. And then I'm going to just say I'm going to work, let's say this guy, I don't know, what do I want to work on? Yeah, let's say this guy right here. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to work this guy, I think I said, and this guy. Now, we're working just on the outside loops. So on this side you can see it's going to be the top loops here. On this side it's going to be these top loops. So it's usually the loop that's, where's my lip? You know, right on the top when you're looking this way. So it really is easy. You're going to get the hang of it. Now I'm just going to take my working yarn, and it's on this side. Okay, we can still do it. We can still do it. Sometimes I just pull it through first and then back. Okay, slip, and we're just doing slip stitches. There. I know you're frustrated. I know you're so frustrated because you're like, I don't know what the fuck she's doing. But That's the whole purpose. I'm trying to show you you can do whatever you want. There's no rules. Just if you wanted to cut your yarn and do it that way, you can, you know, start fresh somewhere. Okay, so now this is tricky. I think I'm going to just continue this stitch and the next stitch here, and I think it's going to work just like in sewing. Like if you sew two, you want to make a circle and you're sewing two pieces, they don't look right when you try to sew them together, but they do when you open it up. And oh, that's right. Now I have this shit in the middle. That's the join. So I'm just going to say, I'll use this guy. There's no slip stitches there. And I'll just use, let's go here. Let's go there. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. Now, in a minute, I'm going to open this and see. If it's no good, we take it apart and we try again. At the beginning, you might want to do 3 stitches and stop and open. Let's see. Oh my God, that's good. I think I can continue and just do what I'm doing. Now, sometimes if you did something weird, it might be very far apart, and that's where you can make taller stitches. But we're going to be good, and I'm just showing you the easy stuff, I guess, at the beginning. But I will show you some more difficult stuff as we go. And it's just a matter of being willing to try and to take apart and to try again and take apart again. And of course, you're not going to be doing exactly what I'm doing, because there's no way in hell you made a crochet piece that looks like the one I made. I almost didn't include it. I almost didn't. I said, oh, that's no good. I'm not going to have any place to put that. But see, you never know, right? Little did I know that it was going to be part of a tutorial. There we have it. Now, I'm going to just leave my yarn attached because I can continue to work. Oh, and this is where, and you'll see that in the other videos. Go watch some other videos. This is where I can start. See right here, there's a couple big holes. When I weave, I might take just this guy and weave around like darning a sock. I love this part so much. Maybe there's something there, and then I just tuck in through this little mountain area here. And this will be the same. When I join there, that might come in handy. Oh, I have to twist this one. When I start, I started, this will be untwisted and pulled apart, and then I go under a bump somewhere. I wish I had my smaller hook right here in front of me. It's good to have a smaller hook. And then I'm going to just make a knot. I put 2 strands under, and then I make knots. And then I won't tuck that in until I know I can, because I use all of these for sewing. I can't see what I'm doing. There. So this is what we have. Now, for the hell of it, I think I would be able to put this yellow pointy one. But I'm going to wait until I have some more stuff here or whatever. So I'm going to play with this a little bit. And like I said, I still can't believe that that was such a perfect join. We would never think that that piece would come in handy. And I don't know. I'm blown away by it. It's, again, we just never know what's going to work out. So keep all your shapes. I guess that's it for now. I know it's frustrating. Stick with me, because it's frustrating to teach something that's really not teachable. It's just for inspiration. Seasoned crocheters who have been crocheting for a long time will absolutely be able to do this. And the rest of you, you can just quit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You'll get there. You just don't be afraid to try. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I will be bouncing in because I've got to get this put together. and I will be stopping to show you a bunch of stuff along the way. Thanks so much for watching. Go look at the other playlists in the description. Bye!